Welcome to this revision video of history and geography. So now that we are done with our live sessions, we are done with our revision videos. I hope everything is clear to you by now. This video is just to let you know how your exam paper is likely to be. Okay, so let us go ahead and start with the revision. So let us move on to the first question now. The literal meaning of sul equal is A. Peace, B. Religion, C. Universal peace, and D. Inheritance. Now since this is a multiple choice question, you have to choose the correct answer. So what is the correct answer, children? The answer is universal peace. Yes. Next question. Which water is salty? A. River water, B. Pond water, C. Rain water, or D. Sea water. So children, what do you think? Which water is salty? Salty as in salty in taste. What do you think, children? Yes, of course. I know you know the answer. Answer is D. Sea water. Yes. So next question now. Which is the Japanese word which means harbor waves? Japanese word for harbor waves. What is the answer? Is it A. Tsunami, B. Sea wave, C. Ocean wave, or D. None of this? What is the answer? The correct answer for this question is A. Tsunami. Yes. Next question. Guerrilla warfare was started by A. Marathas, B. Rajputs, C. Mughals, or D. Mongols. What is the answer, children? I know you must be knowing this. Answer is A. Marathas. Yes. Now we move on to the next question. State whether the following statements are true or false. First one. Mughals were proud of their Mongol ancestry. What do you think, children? Is it true or false? The Mughals were proud of their Timurid dynasty, isn't it? So the answer is false. Next one. Our earth is like an aquarium. What do you think, children? It is what? It is like a terrarium. So this answer is also false. Merunissa married Jahangir and was given the title of Noor Jahan. What do you think? Is it true or false, children? The answer is true. Lake and pond water is salty. What do you think, children? Is it true or false? It is not salty. We get fresh water from there. So it is false. And the Gulf of Stream is cold current. True or false? The answer is false again. Yes. So children, now we move on to our question and answer session. Okay, children, now these are the same questions which were taken in the live session on Monday and Wednesday. So I have tried to cover as much as possible. All the questions from Monday's live sessions are included. From Wednesday's session, I have included last 2-3 questions which I thought you may find it difficult. So, as promised, here are the answers for it. Let us begin. First question. What is the water cycle? What is it, children? The process by which water continually changes its form and circulates between oceans, atmosphere and land is known as the water cycle. Next question. What do you understand by terrarium? So if you get something like this, okay, what is terrarium? What do you understand by terrarium or define terrarium? Answer is one and the same thing. Terrarium is artificial enclosure for keeping small house plants. So children, now we move on to our question and answer session. Okay, children, now these are the same questions which were taken in the live session on Monday and Wednesday. So I have tried to cover as much as possible. All the questions from Monday's live sessions are included. From Wednesday's session, I have included last 2-3 questions which I thought you may find it difficult. So, as promised, here are the answers for it. Let us begin. First question. What is the water cycle? What is it, children? The process by which water continually changes its form and circulates between oceans, atmosphere and land is known as the water cycle. Next question. What do you understand by terrarium? So if you get something like this, okay, what is terrarium? What do you understand by terrarium or define terrarium? Answer is one and the same thing. Terrarium is artificial enclosure for keeping small house plants. Next question. What do you understand by salinity? Salinity is the amount of salt in grams present in 1000 grams of water. Now children, if you have noticed, this answer and the previous answer of terrarium, okay, both of these are from do you know, which is the blue box in your textbook. Like it is this blue box usually is in one corner, okay, one side. So very important for you all to remember these things also when you study. So when you are studying something, children, see to it that you also learn this properly or you also know this properly, okay. Anything can be asked from anywhere within the textbook. Now next question. How are waves formed? Waves are formed when winds scrape across the ocean surface. If you want you can write bigger answer, like you can write the next line also which is mentioned in the textbook, but I would suggest always see the marks allotted for a question. If it is 1 mark question, there should be 1 point. If it is 2 marks question, it is mandatory that you write 2 points. Okay, always remember this. Why is our earth like a terrarium? Okay, children. Now let us take example of this question. Ideally, if it is asked for 1 mark, the answer should be, our earth is like terrarium as the water which existed centuries ago still exists. But if the question is asked for 2 marks, the answer should be, our earth is like a terrarium as the water which existed centuries ago still exists. First point. Second point, the water used to irrigate fields in Haryana might have in Amazon river centuries ago. Next question. Name the sources of fresh water. Answer: rainfall, snow, rivers, ponds, springs and glaciers, etc. and water from underground. So all these are sources of fresh water. Next question. Why is seawater salty? There is large amount of water in seas and oceans, but it is salty or saline. It is because it contains a large amount of dissolved salts like sodium chloride or common salt. We move on to the next question now. Discuss the distribution of water bodies. The following table gives the distribution of water in percentages. So, this is nothing but the table from page number 32 of your textbook. That is, oceans contains 97.3% water, saline water, ice caps 2%, groundwater 0.68%, freshwater lakes 0.009%, inland seas and salt lakes 0.009, atmosphere 0.0019, rivers 0.0001%. Next question. Why is water important to us? Suggest few ways to conserve water. Answer: water is very necessary for us. Answer to this is, water is very necessary for us. Water alone can quench the thirst of thirsty. Water is needed for survival of plants and animal life. Water is very essential and we should conserve it. So how can we conserve it? By not wasting it during brushing, bathing, washing, etc. By trapping the rainwater by watershed development or rainwater harvesting. By recycling water. By making check dams and bunds on the fields, etc. What movements occur in oceans? The movements of oceans are categorized as tides, currents and waves. What are sea waves? When the water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternately, they are called waves. What causes tides? The strong gravitational pull exerted by the sun and the moon on the earth's surface causes the tides? Explain neap tide and spring tide. During the full moon and new moon days, the sun, the moon, and the earth are in the same line. On this day, the tides are highest. These tides are called spring tides. But when the moon is in its first and last quarter, the ocean water gets drawn in diagonally opposite direction by the gravitational pull of the sun and the earth. It results in low tide. These tides are called neap tides. Describe the importance of tides to man. High tides help in navigation. They raise the water level close to the shores. This helps the ships to arrive at the harbor more easily. The high tides also help in fishing. Many more fish come closer to the shore during the high tides. This enables fishermen to get a plentiful catch. The rise and fall of water due to tides is used to generate electricity. So children, with this I end this part of the revision video. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye and keep learning.